Okay, well, we are live with no intro music, so welcome to the podcast. I think it's show 17 ish, give or take. JD's out of focus. I'm not too sure why. Don't know if it's because I'm sitting forward.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's because I'm sitting back.
Okay.
Is that any better? No.
Nope. Yeah, we've both got bad eyes, so.
Bluey.
But welcome to the show. It's been a couple of weeks, and we've got lots to catch up on, personally and wrestling wise. So please bear with us. I might have to stop at some point and deal with a couple of bits and come back and restart stuff. So if you are watching live,
don't leave.
Yes, come back. Wherever you're watching, don't forget at our social medias on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch, and YouTube. We haven't loaded a video up there for a while. I'll try and get one on this month. So where shall we start? Last time we spoke, it was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was before Backlash.
Yeah.
So we had a Raw and a SmackDown, and Backlash and a Raw that we've got to speak about, which I can remember fuck all about other than Backlash.
Me too. And where I wanted to start was actually nothing to do with WWE.
Okay, got him.
Have you been watching Alexander Roth's recent promos?
No. Oh, a little bit, but not recent. Last one I saw,
some of the stuff he's putting out,
it looks really good.
Really, really good. And I'm really interested to see where he's going. And I know, like, we always talk about WWE to start with, but I've been watching them, and I'm like hooked to see where his new character is going to go. Well, because he has obviously had the two big losses against Louis Basham, and lost his titles.
Yeah, I see a big image of him on his social media with blood everywhere.
Yeah, and then now obviously he's reinventing himself of some sort. Good, and I saw a couple of them, and I thought, you know what, that's where I want to start. You know?
Mate. And I will then go on from that with our good news. So my friend who I work with has confirmed with me tonight we will be in touch with A.W.P, which is the main wrestling brand up in Balham, where Roth comes from.
Yes.
We are going to be given backstage access to interview all the wrestlers and be involved with the show.
That's cool.
And I think there's a show at the end of the month that we're going to go to.
Was that the one that you said was up in?
Don't know. That's what I'm waiting for. The guy, I can't remember his name. He's going to contact me. I'm going to go through everything with him. But our podcast is going to be very much led by WWE and probably E.W.P.
Cool. So going forward, I like that.
Yeah.
If we can try and get him to send us a
E.W.P. podcast.
If we can get him to send us the shows, and then we can.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Because obviously, you know.
Yeah. But
try and get to
the further it goes on and stuff, hopefully we're going to get to know all their characters. We can talk about them, interview the wrestlers, promote like people like Roth and others that they've obviously.
There's a couple of guys in his. I'm really sorry because I haven't been to an E.W.P. show.
Yeah.
And I don't know his. I know obviously he's got a faction in that.
Yeah.
Company as well.
Yeah.
Apparently, a couple of them are in that are quite good. Because they're the ones I think they were the ones who was bigging us up. We know when he came on the show.
Yeah.
And told us to watch out for.
Yeah. Okay. I think it's good, and they seem to be excited to get people like us involved as well. So that's great. You know, we might end up more than podcasting. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
We will see where it goes. But we've always wanted to be involved with local wrestling, and to be fair, Balham is quite local, and it looks like what I've seen on social media and what I know about it. Looks like a really good brand.
I've watched a couple of shows online.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's a good standard.
Yeah, mate, if it's creating people like Roth, it's got to be decent. And as you say, he's got good storylines going on there.
Yeah.
Again,
Basham's in there, he's quite good.
Yeah, Louis Basham, he's a big name in there. There's lots going on, and I'm sure there's going to be more we can talk about with that going forward when I know a little bit more.
I didn't actually know your news, and that was a good place for me to start then.
There you go, see?
There you go,
always LinkedIn. But how do you feel about doing that? I don't know how much time it's going to take up, but it might consist of us going to their shows regularly.
I can.
Yeah, we might have to start vlogging.
Vlogging?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Does that mean we've got to get one of them little sticks?
Yeah. Woo, yeah. Somehow.
That'd be quite good.
Yeah, to be fair, we've got the equipment to do it, so it's not going to be a problem. And
not a problem for me, because you're the editor.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Time factor wise, yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare, but we've always wanted to do this sort of stuff, so we will get involved and do it. All right, so any other local wrestling news? Oh, what you were saying about Future Pro,
Oh yeah, Future Pro have had to cancel the shows in May.
which is a damn shame.
Obviously, I told you the ring announcers left.
Yeah.
And according to Steve's Facebook, the other guys left as well, which has left Steve on his own.
Yeah.
And
So the team's a bit depleted.
yes, and he has ill health. So he has said he's aiming, I believe, to get back for October shows.
Okay.
Or November shows, one of the
So I'm going to be reaching out to Steve after this show today. I haven't spoke to him for a long time. A bit out of order of me. So I do apologise, Steve, if you happen to watch this. I doubt you will, but who knows. Maybe we get him on while he's got a bit of time on his hands if he's in the right place.
Yeah.
If not, then we will see and go from there. So, Steve...
Maybe you need some new creative juices.
Maybe. Well, I don't. I've just been on the phone to my cousin for the last half hour, going back and forth with messages with Ricky. And when he was like, first thing he asked me was like, if you owned a wrestling brand, what would you call it? I was like, oh, mate, that's a question. What would you call yours, JD?
You're going to have to give me 5 minutes. But I won't think of a good one.
Yes.
I'll think of a good one for me. Everyone else might think it's shit.
My cousin was like, I need to have a name that has 3, obviously, initials. It can't be more than 3, or it plays with probably his autism. Not that he's autistic, but I know I fucking am, so... But, yeah.
Why is he starting his own, is he?
Well, who knows? Maybe that was a hint. Maybe. Who knows? I know he would love to. If I ever won the lottery, that's the first thing he would bug me about. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? But
I think if you won the lottery, that'd be the first thing I'd bug you about.
When we open our own wrestling brand, the thing is, we'd be able to go around and pick up some good local wrestlers.
Yeah.
Just get a TV deal. Be alright.
Create your own channel.
You've had that sort of money, mate.
Euros, innit? You got to go for the
That's
Euros.
not,
If you're gonna
shit.
win.
Yeah, do you know what? I didn't bloody enter it tonight. It's like 100 and something million.
Is it?
Yeah.
I forgot myself.
I've been entering it regularly. You watch my numbers will come up tonight and I'll be crying. I have to change my numbers. But hopefully it'll be a rollover. It seems to be every time it starts getting high. Rollover.
Yeah,
so,
and then someone in France will win it or something.
Oh, fucking wankers. So, yeah. Other than that, we were just talking wrestling about what's going on. And obviously there's people online at the moment moaning about Triple H. And I'm just like, we're just lucky we haven't got Vince running shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I was disappointed with this week's Raw with the amount of action.
Yeah.
The amount of action, not the actual action. I thought there was a couple of matches that were okay.
Yeah.
Obviously, I never liked Finn Balor losing. But I thought it was an okay match.
Yeah.
Could have been better. But, you know, he's still doing the heel thing. And, you know, it was the right way for it to go.
It looks like El Grande Americano and Penta are going to be going for a mask versus mask match at SummerSlam.
Oh.
The next pay-per-view, well, it's not a pay-per-view, they've got a Saturday night coming up, haven't they? Yeah. Is the next thing. And then I believe in July, they're doing Evolution 2.
That the same? Is that the one from last year?
That's the female one. It's a female pay-per-view.
That they did a couple of years ago.
And they're going to do a second one, apparently.
Well, they might as well while they're trying to push Becky, aren't they?
Yeah. I think she's going to be an interesting heel.
She's rabbiting a little bit, though.
Yeah, I think she was very John Cena-like.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but...
I actually have a question about Backlash for you.
Yeah, go on.
Right. Did you not think that they're trying to emphasise too much on his heel status when he's doing the matches in John Cena? It seems like they're trying to get him to finish every match in a dirty way. And yeah, you can be a heel.
Of course.
No, but every other time you'll watch that and you'll get a low blow and you'll get out of a chair and 2 minutes later he's back up and he's doing whatever.
Yeah.
You're not telling me that and then like a good 20 seconds while the referee climbed in the ring.
Yeah.
Beat Randy Orton.
Yeah.
It wasn't as if he was getting pummeled, was it?
Oh, mate, yeah. I got the impression that he, and this might be just because he's good acting, I got the impression just through his body language and what was going on, he looked like he's fed up with the gimmick himself. It just came across like, I don't know if I want to be this guy. And then you see the post interview?
No.
Oh, JD, you didn't.
No.
So he came out in the post interview and he told the press that he needs to be better with them and this, that, and the other. And everyone's like, what's this about? And then R-Truth comes out. You've not seen this?
No.
But it's R-Truth for the table.
Oh, no.
Yeah, mate.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, mate, I'm going to have to bring it up. I'll have to do it probably after the show.
Yeah, so we don't get any more,
Yeah.
any more emails.
But yeah, R-Truth came out and was like, you know, he was just talking away. It's like, if you carry on talking, I'm gonna have to sort you out. Basically, he ends up picking up and throwing it through the table and walking off. So everyone thinks R-Truth's getting a title match at the next pay-per-view or Saturday night.
Imagine it's R-Truth that takes it off him.
Mate, that'd be fuck. Mate. To be fair though, out of all the people, I thought if someone's going to take it off him, Randy Orton would have been perfect. And maybe that's why they'd done it, because it was like there is a chance that Randy could, but we always knew he weren't going to.
No, it's too soon.
Speaking of, we knew about Elimination Chamber way before because of the flyer release. There's been a flyer release again for Mania next year. Seth freaking Rollins and Sami Zayn for the World Heavyweight Championship. Don't know how true that is. I would imagine it was a fake flyer, but who knows? Don't know if it was an official WWE one.
Who do you reckon the third person's going to be, by the way?
Mate, I'm waiting. I just don't know why they're taking so long with it.
Well, I can't... The fuck's that? Is that just fell?
Yeah.
Oh, God, I'm going to get hit in the head, aren't I?
You are, mate. That's coming down. I'm going to have to stand up and sort that out. I was like something like you do, eh?
The same last week when we were on it.
Yeah.
The other week, should I say. But, yeah.
But the lighting is better. It's just you're out of focus, so I might have to put a camera here again for you.
Oh, we'll get me on camera again.
Maybe.
Oh.
Might have to do 2 separate cameras again.
I want them blurry faces.
What? What, pixelated?
Yeah.
Why?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? I could sort the cameras out. We could go back live in like 5 minutes, but...
That seems like effort.
Yeah,
no one wants to see my face anyway.
Well, I'll sort it out for next week.
We're at talk, aren't we? Not
true. Exactly, yeah. Most people should be listening on the podcast on Spotify anyway. No one gives a shit about Twitch.
No.
If you do give a shit about Twitch, let us know on the chat.
No one chats.
No one.
Unless you go live on WrestleMania.
Yeah, exactly.
We did actually get...
And we had random messages. No idea what that was about.
No.
Where were we? Jesus Christ, diverted on that one.
We do this all the time. We were talking John Cena.
Yes. So, I don't know how long they're going to drag it out for. I just don't think they should drag it out too long.
What, him heel or him champion?
Bit of both, because he only has a year. That year's going to go quick. Put it this way, we had WrestleMania and we had Backlash, and we've met once in between.
Yeah.
Look how quick time goes.
Yeah.
So, apparently...
that's the closest one, isn't it? That's 3 weeks apart.
Yeah. And Jay Uso's taken on Logan Paul Saturday night as well.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah.
Because Gunther has his rematch at SummerSlam.
Is it?
That's what he was saying on...
Blimey.
Was that not what he was saying?
Are they planning for SummerSlam already? They can't be.
It's
got to be... Well, we've got Money in the Bank first.
That's what he made a comment. Was it... Oh, maybe I'm thinking...
I think it will be him versus Jay. They're building it up.
Whoever the next paper...
Logan's going to lose, but he's going to win the Money in the Bank. He's got to.
Yeah.
My favourite person at the moment, who I'm absolutely loving, is Gunther.
I was impressed with how good the match was with McPhee, you know.
Mate, McAfee was... he took a... Mate, you see his chest afterwards, red. He hands down to him, mate. I don't know many people that are going there and just go toe-to-toe.
Do you know what I kept thinking, though, when he grabbed Michael Cole? I wanted Wade Barrett to get in. I was fucking itching.
I was like, please, is he ever going to come out of retirement for a little bit? So
get the old bullhammer back out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's...
I love Wade Barrett.
Yeah. And he would be good.
He had the worst fucking... I can't believe when they finally pushed him.
Yeah.
They gave him that shit fucking finisher.
Yeah.
Do you remember it? Wasteland.
Yeah.
It's like a Samoan drop where you get him up and then he just flicked him over his head.
It was a bit cack. I really, really hope that they keep... I like this heel version of Gunther at the moment. It's strong. It's a bit prickish. But it's good. And I like the fact that he appreciated what, Pat done. I think Pat is clearly a lover of the business and he's happy to pay his dues. He's got balls for doing what he done. So, well done him.
I enjoyed it, to be fair.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was one of the better matches.
I
was very invested in it. Like,
I was.
It had me like, could he actually
I actually
beat
thought,
Gunther?
that's what I was thinking.
And that's what I mean. They'd done it so well. They had the right twists and turns. It was brilliant storytelling in the ring.
Michael Cole as well. When Michael Cole got Gunther's leg, I was like, oh my God.
He's going to get his ass kicked. I was worried for him.
That's when I thought about Wade's going to step in.
Yeah. But I thought it was a great segment. Backlash overall, I'd only probably give a 6 out of 10.
I was 6, 5.5.
I was
disappointed. I was disappointed with the way they actually, the way they decided to go with the Randy Orton and Cena match.
Yeah.
I thought it could have been done a lot better.
Yeah. 18 refs 10 minutes later was not great. And then obviously he RKO'd Mick Aldis.
Yeah, that's got to be a match coming soon, you know. That's the second time.
It's got to be building, right?
I've got to be on it.
Everyone wants to see Mick back in the ring.
He's clear to fit. Is he fit to play?
Yeah, he just needs to get in shape, in his opinion.
Maybe that's what he's
Look,
doing.
I don't mean to be rude, mate. If McAfee can get in the ring and do what he done...
Ah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Come on.
Because he was quite good in TNA.
Yeah, he was. He was really good. So...
Well, he's champion for a while.
Mm-hmm. I've not seen anything of any other brands. I've not heard or seen anything of AEW or TNA or even NXT. I've not listened to. Harry's bugging me. So when can I come on and talk about NXT? I'm like, half term in May, you can. I said, get up to date on TNA, NXT and we can go from there. Then was like, well, when can I come in? I'm like, you can do TNA. I'm like, go and watch TNA.
Brilliant.
So I don't know.
AEW now.
Yeah, that's it. So, what? So, SmackDown. What happened on SmackDown before Backlash? I don't know what's going on with Jey Uso.
In the sense
of, like, even Monday Night Raw was a bit meh with him.
Yeah.
I just think he's losing his momentum. I think.
Is he losing his momentum, or is it the way he's getting booked? Because he's coming out.
Probably a bit of both.
He's coming out to fight Seth.
Yeah.
And then 10 minutes later, he's out doing a promo with Gunther.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
It's a bit like, what's the point?
Give him one thing to focus on, and
if you're doing that, like we said in the old times, right? Why not bring him out, do that, keep him in the ring, let everyone else drift away, and let him just do his promo? Yeah. Why take him back and then come out again?
Yeah, fully dressed again. It's like... Well,
yeah, it's pointless, isn't it?
I think, because he has been so hot,
yeah,
they're just trying to stretch him too far.
Yeah.
I think the Seth Rollins thing hasn't hit quite as good as they thought it was going to.
I think everyone's waiting for a third member.
I think it needs a third member. I don't think it got the
hype.
The
dynamics, yeah.
When Braun Breaker first came out, great. Everyone popped for it. Everyone loved it. But since then, everyone's kind of gone, who gives a fuck?
It would have been quite cool if they had Sami Zayn, but he's been going back and forth with heel, no heel for too much recently. I don't think good timing would have been good. I don't know who.
I can't even think of anyone that would.
No, I don't know who would be good for that. Just don't know. Oh, that's the other thing, Backlash, that I didn't give a shit about, that everyone else gave a shit about. What's his name? Hobbs?
Hobbs.
Is it Hobbs?
From AEW?
Yeah.
Big black guy?
Yeah, Samoan looking motherfucker.
Oh, no, I know what you mean. You talking about the geezer who come with fucking Solo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it's called.
It's Hobbs.
Oh, so fucking... The one from New Japan, you mean?
I don't know where it's from. That's why I don't... I know as a
I don't know what
fan,
the fuck they was expecting.
Yeah. Rhea! Sorry. To freak everyone out on the podcast. Watching you fluffy head dog. Anyway.
I don't know if they was expecting a pop for it. I was a bit... Who the fuck's that?
Yeah, it was a big pop. Wrestling fans know who it is.
I know who it is, but he looked right out of shape, though.
He looks, I think...
Might be his style, but...
yeah, I think he's going to be like Solo's new right-hand guy or something. I don't really know. I do not really know where he's going to fit in the storylines. I'm also pissed off with Alexa Bliss. She came back and was starting chatting shit to Charlotte Flair, and that was it.
She had a match as well, didn't she?
Did she?
Yeah. Who was it against?
Was that on SmackDown 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, no, it might have been this week. Fucking hell, who was it against?
But Wyatt Six is clearly fucking dead.
Which is a shame.
And I'm like, I don't know what's going on with Alexa Bliss, mate.
Would you drop the Wyatt Six down to
NXT? Yeah, I would. I really would. That would actually be really good. Make them develop in developmental. That is actually a really good idea.
Then you could switch them in between... Because TNA have a few good factions.
Yep.
And you could mix it between the two.
Yep.
And give them a chance to actually figure out where they want to go with them.
Yep.
What they want them to actually be with, obviously...
The only thing I did hear, Joe Hendry's putting his title on the line on NXT. On an NXT pay-per-view. Yeah.
He won't lose it though.
The rumour is he's got to lose it at some point because he's coming to WWE.
Yeah, but if he's doing it on an NXT show, surely he's doing it against someone on NXT.
Maybe that's part of it. Maybe they've said, look, you give us this guy, you can have Joe Henry and give us this amount of money. And then they drop the title on a WWE guy and he can go into TNA.
But who did he drop? Do you reckon he gives...
I can't remember who they're doing a title match with. I would have to have a look. I don't know.
Maybe it's Evans. But I can't see WWE letting him go anyway.
Not at the moment, mate. He was hot after Mania, mate. They wouldn't let him go. Did I see Elijah was back as well? Elias.
He's on TNA.
Yeah, I saw he turned up at NXT.
Oh, he might have done because he's with Joe Henry.
Yeah,
funnily enough.
maybe then.
He was his running buddy for the last couple before.
I really like this NXT and TNA relationship because it means stars are attached, but they're not. For me, it leaves the door open for them to be able to come back easier.
Yeah.
Allows them to keep them relevant and people.
Have you had anything Baron Corbin related yet? Cause...
I saw an interview with him because he's doing his mixed martial arts. People asking if he's going to come back, and I think it was a case of he was saying as along the lines of he's open to a comeback of some sort. It's just who and where and whatnot. I think it's a matter of time.
If I would have been AEW, I'd have snatched him right.
Mate, 100%. The people I would have snatched up would have been him, Braun Strowman.
There's no chance because he's only just left, hasn't he? So he's got
a 90-day clause, probably, isn't he?
Yeah, they've all have.
I think he's the worst release they've done. They've done it twice, and I'm like,
he'll end up going back to NWA because that's where he went last time.
He's just been booked so wrong. Triple H has fumbled with him big time.
Because you know why though? Because he's a Vince McMahon guy. He's the big, massive.
But they need a couple of like we've got some big dudes. Like Braun Breaker isn't small, but we don't have big dudes.
No, but think about what the big dudes are now.
Yeah.
The one who broke his ankle, the New Zealand bloke.
Bronson Reed.
Yes. High flying dude, but big. Kevin Owens, high flying big dude.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu.
Yeah.
They're all the same thing.
And that new guy who turned up is similar to that.
Yeah.
So
and he doesn't fit because he's like Mr. Roboto, isn't he? He's an old school big guy rather than a new school. But big guy.
That's the thing. I think they need that variety, and I think if they booked him as a heel and they booked him well, he would have been great.
But they're going. You know, like Vince McMahon used to have a type.
Yeah.
Triple H has got a type, and then you just.
I'm starting to get used to that.
Braun Strowman didn't fit in with what he wanted, which is a shame because, like you say, variety really works.
Yeah.
And if you book him proper, then I think NWA when he went to NWA, he did quite well there.
Yeah.
But they were booking him as big bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I'm not sure. Where are we gonna? I think the women are gonna get a lot of promo time now because we're heading to Evolution, and Saturday Night's coming up. So they're the two things they're going to be focusing on. I don't think none of those two are going to be particularly fucking relevant.
No.
And no one's going to particularly care. Apparently there was meant to have been a title change at Backlash. Never happened.
That was meant to be Dominic.
No, apparently not. Don't know who. I think it was Jacob Fatu who was meant to have went to Damian Priest. Yeah, which would have been weird, right?
It would if you were trying to build up.
And now it's like, well, what happens with Damian and... Well, apparently Drew McIntyre's injured, isn't he?
Again?
Yeah, he's got... What did he do?
Got to be when he went through that table.
Yeah. Yeah, that spot. Apparently he got injured. Oh, as he went through the table, apparently his head was too high and it smashed on the floor.
Got a concussion.
Yeah, so I think he's out with concussion.
4 weeks.
Yeah, so I think for a little bit that's done.
I'd probably take him off TV for a while.
Yeah. He's been doing a good job, and they don't need to do anything major.
He has, but they've not been using him right, have they? Let's be honest. He's the mid-carding him, and he's not a mid-carder.
I thought that match was decent, though.
I thought the match was really good, to be fair.
I'd
probably give that just 6.5, 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
To be honest with you.
Yeah, it was one of the stronger matches, isn't it? Women's division at the moment, I've got zero interest in. I see Julian was on Raw. That wasn't great anyway. It was okay.
Are you talking about the tag match?
Yeah. It's just, for me, not a huge, like, there was a Seth and obviously CM Punk thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that was average.
Then Braun Breaker came out. Then Seth Rollins came out.
Yeah.
Then Jey Uso came out, and then no one came out.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, because I look through the roster and I'm thinking, who's it going to be? Could it be Bronson Reed because he's on his way back? But do you really?
I think their big man's going to be Braun. I reckon they've got to go with.
It's going to be who? Well, Braun Breaker.
Yeah. For me, they need someone. If it was me, they even need someone like Logan Paul or Dominic Mysterio. But Dom's obviously just coming out of the Judgment Day faction, so that ain't going to work anyway.
No.
But unless it's going to be someone from NXT.
Unless it's someone who's, shows that little bit of craziness. But who's that?
Javon Owens would be a good shout.
He would, but it's a face, isn't he?
Yeah, but come out as a heel wouldn't be too bad.
I think if they'd have pushed him up after Mania,
Yeah.
Trick Williams would have been perfect for that spot, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it would have been a good shout. Mate, Carmelo could be a good shout.
Yeah, but he's in SmackDown with Miz, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Another thing I've been really...
Sorry, jumping. You know, we were speaking about that Gladiators back on UK TV.
Yeah.
They're bringing back American Gladiators.
Yeah.
And the host is The Miz.
Of course it is.
Miz will be hosting the American Gladiators. It's going to be on... Was it Amazon? I think it might be on Amazon.
I've been really disappointed.
Yeah.
With Rusev and Aleister Black's returns.
Yeah.
I think they've both been anticlimactic.
I agree, but like we said before, what can I actually do with them?
No, nothing, because you've got all your titles tied up at the minute.
I think, a bit like we said, the Fatal 3-Ways, or the Triple Threats and Fatal 4-Ways, sorry, are really good for storytelling because of dynamics of different characters. I think that sort of proves we need more genuine fractions. Like, we need like a fraction couple of years with like 3 or 4 different ones.
See, Aleister Black's one was quite good in...
That's what I mean, like, you know...
And to be honest
I could see him and Rusev not together, but in fractions.
See, the guys that were in Aleister Black's in AEW...
Yeah.
One, Buddy Matthews, Triple H loves.
Yep.
And the other one was Brody King.
Yeah.
Big guy, high flyer, throws himself about.
Triple H
mold.
Yeah.
I'd have probably tried.
Brought the faction over.
All together.
Yeah.
Hit them all in.
They're not they are not getting fractions right in SmackDown and Raw at the moment. They've got one going on obviously in NXT. That's great. But I do think, yes, they're trying to do Seth and Braun, but until that fraction's complete, I think they should be doing more towards it.
You know what? I was meant to start watching NXT after Mania weekend because I wanted to know what happened with the D'Angelo family.
Yeah, true. I don't know.
Fucking hell, what's the thing?
I haven't seen anything.
When's it the May King Bank holidays?
2 weeks. 2
Good.
weeks.
I've only got to wait 2 weeks to find out then. Oh yeah, I'm like that tired. What's this? What's that? What's this? What's that?
So I just feel like fractions could work really well
done in the right way
at the moment. Like, for me, if you're doing well, that gives you a brilliant opportunity to bring in a Wyatt Six to destroy all of them. Mm-hmm. But I just don't get.
I don't think they. But it's a shame because I like him.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think he's got that same personality as his brother.
Yeah.
I think the thing that's holding him back is he don't have the faith in Bo to be able to get it all the way over.
Yeah, they need the right people around him.
I also think what they should have done when they brought Uncle Howdy out, they tried to turn him into another fiend.
Yeah.
You know, like...
Yeah, and he just wasn't creepy enough.
Let him have his own gruesome finish.
Like, for me, Braun Strowman should have been in that group, but...
Well, Strowman, perfect. He'd have been perfect.
For me, I just don't get why they let him go. He's the only release. I'm a bit like, why?
They brought Eric Rowan back in just to be part of that Wyatt Six. We've seen him twice.
Exactly.
Right? So they're paying him money to sit there and do nothing.
I presume they are, yeah.
So why would you have not just brought Braun in? He was in the original Wyatt family.
Exactly, mate. I don't get it, and there should be so much more going on, but at the moment it's completely fizzled out. Everything.
Yeah, it's getting to that point where it's
don't
a
want
struggle to watch.
Yeah, I don't want to get into like where every time we come to a podcast, they're going to be building either for Mania or SummerSlam, and that's it. Everything they're doing is towards that, because that would be like, well, you're then making the other pay-per-views less relevant. You're then making the main shows irrelevant, and it's a bit like the process is going to take 6 months, and whatever we're watching gets a bit slow and boring.
It does.
As I said, we need stuff and title changes and creative to be smashing Raws and SmackDowns.
Listen, if you've got a match that you want at a pay-per-view, that doesn't mean that you can't switch the title.
Yeah.
And then give it him back for that pay-per-view.
People might be unhappy about
it. It was a Rock Stone Cold pay-per-view, but The Rock lost it 3 weeks before.
Mate, 100%.
And then he won it back literally the Thursday before.
John Cena's had the title 17 times. All of those were like 5 to 10 years ago was his last reigns. Yeah. Like, they used to let him go a lot. You don't get 17 title reigns without dropping it a few times.
No.
You know, 16 times. But, yeah, it's all a bit meh. And I was a bit disappointed. I finished watching Raw about an hour and a half ago, and I was a bit like, well.
Anticlimactic, right?
Yeah. Yeah, a bit like, oh, well. And I do wonder if SmackDown is slightly overtaking Raw in terms of creativity.
See, I was thinking that, but then I was quite disappointed with Fridays.
Really?
Yeah.
But was that because, again, they were preparing for Backlash?
Could have been, to be
Because
fair.
I felt like Backlash was a bit like a slightly overhyped Raw.
Yeah.
You get what I mean?
Yeah, like it was a bit like what the original. Not
for me, it's a bit like what Raw should be like every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say it was like the first Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Was a bit underwhelming, and I felt like
not,
Backlash was exactly the
they're
same.
not Mania standard, and we sort of know it's not going to be Mania standard, but
it wasn't WWE standard really when you think about it.
Yeah, it was a bit weak.
If you're giving it a 6 and I'm 5.5 and a 6, you know.
Yeah.
We're two big WWE guys.
I think we're going to have 3-4 weeks of moaning on our podcast because I don't see it picking up.
No, I don't. But, you know.
Yeah.
Might force us both to watch NXT. We'll have something good to talk about.
Or AEW or TNA or something. I've got to get back to LFG, and I can't remember the release date of WWE Unreal. That I am going to Google, because that is something I'm really interested in.
Google.
Let's have a look.
Now it's an Aftermath Wrestling podcast.
Unreal.
Unreal the new NXT, is it?
No.
What's the new NXT then?
Evolve.
Evolve. That started now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that of a weekly show?
Yes. Yeah. Let's have a look. Oh, it just says summer 2025. Cheers. Oh. Well, that's useful. So there's no official date for that yet. I guarantee it just gets delayed and delayed and delayed. If we're lucky, we might get it in August. Probably, I bet they start releasing it for SummerSlam.
You heard anything about Chris Jericho?
Not a thing.
No, me neither. But the more I think about it...
Has he got a clause in his contract or anything?
What, an AEW?
Yeah.
No. They don't do.
He hasn't got a 30 days.
They don't do any. Non-compete.
Why do they not?
I don't know.
A bit fucking stupid, mate. Let's moan about AEW for a little bit. Let's moan about them.
Okay. What do you want to moan about?
Their creative, their storytelling, their story writing. Every time I see something on social media, it's always people ripping them saying, we're the best wrestle. And it's like their botches of the week. That's the only reason I love AEW.
Did you get the one I sent you? If I sent that one to you. It was a fucking... What was the revival?
Yeah.
And it says where the...
Yeah, where they're bouncing against the right here, mate.
Fucking, and they keep turning around when they're trying to hit.
It's like, where am I going? And yeah, it was not great. Like, that rounds AEW up, and I'm a bit like, well, what are you doing with yourselves, guys? I do wonder, like, talent-wise, where they're going. I don't hear. Like fans are always posting up photos saying AEW sold out, WWE blah blah blah, and I'm always like, good, but put on a good show.
Yeah.
Like, or otherwise it won't sell out next week.
No. Well, I think they need some new talent.
Yeah.
And I think some of that old WWE
Mate,
talent.
Braun Strowman should 100% be purchased right now by him. They should pay all the money in the world for Joe Henry.
Yeah. And if they're not
I'd
competing,
be buying Javon Evans.
If they're not competing with fucking WWE for Joe Henry while he's so big.
Yeah.
I mean, realistically, he comes into WWE, he ain't ever going to be anything. Unless it's on NXT while he's high and hot.
Yeah.
He's never going to get that massive push because he's not.
No, he's not that guy.
Unfortunately, you know.
I worry because
I think he gets lost in the mix if he comes to WWE.
I worry budget-wise they don't have that sort of money.
Who?
AEW. But I think to myself, or do they like just picking up WWE scraps? You know what I mean? Is there wrestlers around there saying, oh wait, this person's being released, we'll get that guy? And because like I know Ricochet's there and Ricochet's doing well for Ricochet.
He is actually doing genuinely quite well. He's getting better on the mic.
But it still isn't interesting me to even watch.
No.
I'm a bit like,
but
Leo Rush is doing better in TNA.
Yeah, but is that because you've got such a negative thingy from the way he was portrayed in WWE?
True, but no, I wouldn't say that. I always want. I really want, like Hogan's released this new fucking wrestling brand, isn't he?
Is what?
Released a new wrestling brand. Yeah, mate, I don't know what the fuck it's about. But him and Eric Bishop are now running a wrestling, like alternative wrestling brand. Like it's not fucking wrestling. It's all a bit random. Best way to describe it, or the way I feel it is, you see like the Premier League, and then what's that? What's it called? Ballers League on Sky Sports.
Yeah.
You ever seen that?
Yeah.
You know, like it's all a bit. It's football, but it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that's what Hogan's going for in wrestling.
Well,
bit like
wild card in the middle of the match.
Maybe, yeah, a bit like what Vince was trying to do with XFL. I think Eric and Hogan are trying to do with wrestling, and I don't think it's going to work at all.
Which is surprising because Bischoff is normally a traditional kind of guy.
Yeah, I know.
In everything that he's done.
When I heard him doing it at Hogan, I was shocked because the worst thing is Hogan is not popular.
No.
WWE's shown that.
But Bischoff's still quite popular.
Yeah.
He can still get over.
Yeah. But with Hogan there, I think you're putting yourself against fucking...
You find a losing battle, aren't you?
Yeah. Because people don't want to... People don't care about Hulk Hogan. You know?
Might as well get Ric Flair out there as well, hasn't he? For the amount of time people are going to care about it.
Yeah. This is the thing, man. It's a very difficult market right now, and even AEW are struggling with it.
Yeah.
And I would say they're in a much better position than Hogan and Eric could be. AEW would have been...
WWE, let's be honest, though, everyone's struggling.
Yeah. I think AEW would have done better to bring in Eric Bischoff for a bit of writing.
Do you know what is a real shame?
Go on.
Is that there isn't someone like a Tony Khan to do something like that over here, and then put it on TV over here.
Yeah.
Because there's a massive down.
He should have bought like the NXT UK brand and just rebranded it, but kept the whole structure.
Yeah, well, that would have worked. Maybe.
Yeah. Because the British industry is crying out to be a part of the big scene, and if you have a huge British wrestling scene, and you can use that in AEW, like as fans, we would naturally be watching it.
Yeah, but the other side of that is, I think wrestling as a whole at the minute is on a massive lull.
Yeah. We say that, but WWE's at the fucking top, ain't they? They do the same shit. Backlash is the biggest Backlash gate we've had. Well, yeah, because you're charging a fucking fortune, and Backlash before wasn't expensive. No. So it's going to be the biggest gate.
It used to be 35 quid, now we're going to charge 135 quid.
Yeah, mate, it's fucking stupid money. Even to the point, again, where I've now looked at SummerSlam, like, because SummerSlam tickets are out. And I'm like, oh my God. Haley was like, we can't pay that. And I'm like, they're half the price of what Mania tickets were. I'm like, yeah, I am. So, but fucking hell, it's...
I do like 15.
Like, well, they were £2,000 a ticket, weren't they? I think for all of us, for 2 nights, was around about 1,500. I think, or was it a bit more? Maybe it was £2,000. But either way, it was cheaper than Mania. So, but I spoke to the boys, and they're happy just to do night 2. So I'm a bit like, but because it's the first SummerSlam with 2 nights, I'm afraid we'll miss something amazing night 1. So I'm a bit like, it's the first time I'm doing SummerSlam. Do I want to miss night 1? So I'm like, I don't fucking know. I don't know, JD. Any advice?
Don't miss night 1.
Might be shit.
It might well be. Well, you might.
Night 2 ain't gonna be shit, is it?
No, that's the payoff, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's where everything goes.
Maybe I'll just.
I don't know if I don't know how I feel about these double nights.
Yeah, I don't think it's necessarily clever that they're also now doing it for like SummerSlam. They should have just kept it Mania. You know, so it's only the 3rd year they've done 2 nights. I think they should have held off a little bit longer, 5-6 years down the line. And I personally think the Royal Rumble is better for a 2-nighter.
I agree.
Because do it for female one night and males never.
Yeah.
Because you don't get a lot of wrestling around it normally.
And you can extend the numbers then because it always feels so tight.
Yeah.
For time.
It is.
And
like when we were there, I think there was 3 wrestling matches and a Rumble. Not even that, it might have even been 2.
Yeah. But like last year when we were watching it,
yeah,
it was like, oh, this person could come into it. This person.
Yeah.
But you've only got 30 spots.
Yeah.
And you've only got an hour and a half. So.
Exactly.
I think by splitting something like Royal Rumble rather than.
Yeah.
You know, give the focus, even if you do it like you did back in the day where you do a woman's one, like a full evolved Royal Rumble.
That would that would help the women brand as well.
Yeah, so night 1 is all women, so we know we don't have to watch it.
Yeah.
And then night 2.
Yep.
So even if you do only 2 or 3 matches, and then extend the Royal Rumble to 40 people.
And if they want to extend it more, they could, or want to do it a bit different, they could have an NXT Royal Rumble. Now they've got Evolve going on.
Yeah, but the Royal Rumble's a mixture of the brands, isn't it?
Yeah.
But you could easily do it where you get 40 people going into a Royal Rumble match and you'd still be missing talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
That you think, oh my God, I can't believe he's not in it.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe he's not in it.
Yeah. It could be better to do 2 nights for a Rumble, but SummerSlam, I'm a bit meh. Like, I wish they'd already done one so I knew if it was worth me doing 2 nights. So, because at the moment, I've got no interest in going. I think they're over in the UK again in October. I don't know when it is, but they're coming back over, and I've got no interest in seeing them.
No,
I'm a bit like, well, that tells me where I am with the brand. So I plan to put my efforts into getting my AEW tickets for O2. I'm going to probably leave it last minute because I'm sure there'll be tickets available.
I'm going to do something along the same lines.
Yeah. I will let you know.
Put more of my focus on watching a bit more EWE.
Yep. That could be quite cool. Could be like the post press conference of WWE where we can interview people and someone gets put for a table or some shit. That'd be hilarious.
I'll probably be the one getting put for a table for being a moody cunt.
Would you take that?
What? Table?
Yeah.
I'll give it one go.
One go, see how you feel.
I think I'd rather be put for a table than take a slap to the chest, to be fair.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I would take a proper chop. Don't know. Problem I would have is I got proper chopped, I think I would fucking lose my own temper. I'd be well angry. But like, fucking don't know.
Nothing worse than starting a fight with someone who's fucking fit as a
whoop
flea.
your ass, that's it. Yeah.
I think my problem is if they fucking chop me, it'd take 10 minutes for my tits to stop jiggling.
Yeah. I feel
Did you see that video I sent you the other week? The fat guy who looked like he had tits and his finisher was putting the tits on the head and doing like an X Factor.
Yeah. Oh. You see, one of the biggest things going around is when MJF cock hits.
Oh, yes.
Going around everywhere, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Even Harry saw it on YouTube.
With the...
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah, and Harry was like, "Look, Dad, this is hilarious." I was like, "Yeah, I've seen it." I was like, "Oh dear." My mate sent it and was like, "See, this is why no one likes wrestling." I'm like, "Shut up! It's a bit of fun."
Have you seen all these things going on now about now tell me wrestling's fake? So they did the Jesus one where he didn't fucking touch him.
Oh right.
And so have you seen the Jesus one yet?
No.
It's fucking. It was at Christmas. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 of them in the ring. One of them's Jesus.
Yeah.
And he's just waving his arms about, and all these fucking geese are taking bumps.
Right.
There was another one that was. I think I sent it to you today. I don't know. It's this fucking Japanese guy. You know, like what's his name? Tajiri used to do the handstand.
Yeah.
Back thing. Well, he did a handstand into the
ropes. Yeah.
Backflip.
Oh, and out of the ring.
Out the ring and then up the fucking...
The ramp, yeah.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, man. It makes it fun, though.
It's you know what? Some of these independent ones who do these little quirky things makes it fucking brilliant. Like, I saw one the other week. He was about to get, like, an attitude adjustment kind of thing. He fucking grabbed hold of the roof.
Oh, yeah, and just hung there,
yeah. And then fucking RKO'd him. I was like... That's fucking genius.
Yeah, absolutely.
Using
mate.
your
and the thing
surroundings.
Is, we have to remember all these low-key wrestlers and wrestling brands. They're wrestling fans. They are through and through. They're wrestling fans that wanted to get into wrestling. And they've got to wrestling. They've found out they're pretty good at it. So I would say, to be fair, some of them are more creative than what goes on in the main industry, because they want to have that moment of that was cool, didn't they? So they can have hits on their social media. Because if they get millions of hits on their social media, technically the bigger brands are going to be seeing them. So, but yeah, I think if NXT UK was around, I reckon Roth would be someone that could be pushing.
I think there's a couple. Basham could be on there.
Yeah, like don't get me wrong, I know you're a big fan of him, but like I genuinely think like he's
got that aura on him, like
especially on camera.
Obviously. Cocky in it, it's the persona that he plays, and he does it so well. And to be fair, like I said, when I've been seeing the stuff he's doing now, where it's a bit more dark, his body language he's selling that, you know. He's keeping him. He's not really spoken the last one or two that I've seen, where he's got the Rothmore mask on. Yeah, you seen it?
That's cool. Yeah, the black line across there.
Yeah, so you know.
Yeah, I like his creativeness as well. He just tries to do things a little bit different, a little bit quirky. See, is it Archie Cole? He's off to Japan again.
That's the geezer we saw him.
Yeah. He was champion, wasn't he? Power champion, I think. Is
that who that was? The one who played Fort Roth?
Yeah, that's him, yeah. So, we haven't been to a show for a while. Yeah. But it looks like we'll be going EWE once I sort out a few things over the next coming weeks. Maybe I'll have more info next week. I just don't know.
Now I'll be able to get the info because you've told me, so you don't need to hold it back anymore.
Yep, true. I'll see the guy at work tomorrow. He might have some more info for me. He might be just like, got to wait till the guy gets hold of me. So, don't know how it'll work or whatever. But, like, for example, if they want branding and stuff, we can put a green screen behind us and put their logo on it, or we can put it alongside the A.W.P. or might even rename. Who knows? EWE podcast.
No, we can't do that.
Why?
I've got my t-shirt.
Yeah, that's right. Keep W. Just peel off the A and the P.
Get the Tipex out. Yeah. I like this one though.
Yeah.
I like the logo. And that.
Yeah. Little microphone and stuff. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah. You did a very good job.
I do some good work sometimes. I try. So, mate, got a big DJ gig this weekend.
So I think that's the house one, isn't it?
House and garage one, yeah.
Wagner.
Yeah, that's it. It's gonna be a good
that's
one.
what you're waiting for, isn't it? Because you've been missing that stuff.
Yeah, I've been waiting that for a long time. And then we've got.
If you're going to Wagner, you're going to see Big RUGGA.
Yeah, if you are. To be fair, wrestling's popular down there as well.
Well, down Wagner.
Yep, down Wagner. South Coast seems to be popular for wrestling.
That's that. And we've not mentioned them for a long time, but I think Venom are down that way. Chichester.
Yeah, they're Pompey way, I think, aren't they? So, good old Venom blocked us and never wants to speak to us. We'll never know if Dave Cena or whatever it was called.
James Cena.
Whatever.
It's your fault for calling Rollins.
Not my fault.
You called Rollins a paedophile dream.
Fucking hell.
That was. Do you know what though? That was that. If we can go back, because I listened to that the other week. I was listening to part of it.
Yeah.
Where we were watching it. Well, we were talking about them because I brought it up about James Cena, and then we went through the roster.
Yeah.
Carried on with the podcast, and then an hour later, we're like, "Oh, someone's messaged in. Let's have a look at him." And it was like,
it was him.
I was like, "Oh fuck me!" You told me his name. I'm like, "That's that geezer from Venom."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god.
Mate, genius.
No, but it was genius, but you couldn't have planned it any
Couldn't
worse.
have planned it any worse or any better.
Well, yeah, it's a bit of both, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
We got a kick out of it.
Haven't seen any more LDM promotions or anything like that.
Oh no, that's all one or two.
Mate, do you know what? I'm just thinking about Steve being unwell and he's low on the team. We could step up JD. Help him out.
Spend his money.
Help him spend his money.
Yeah.
Or he can spend his money and just give us a role.
Yeah.
I don't mind being a ref.
He's got refs, hasn't he?
He's
got two good refs.
I don't know what he's got.
Two refs.
Got two
commentators.
Anyone else? So what's he missing then? Who left?
The ring announcer.
All right, I can do it.
Need a ring announcer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know what the other guy did.
There you go. You can do that role.
Yeah.
Whatever that was.
I think he run the butty van.
There you go.
I don't know if anyone would trust me with the food.
Hey, but what do you want? Eating away. Yeah, I'll see. I'll catch up with him because I would hate for him to be struggling with his brand when it's something that we really love and want to support.
Yeah.
So we could cause a feud between EWE and Future Pro.
That'd only work partly because I think half of them fucking do both.
Yeah, they do. Roth being one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Fingy's in there now as well. Big, fucking hell, my mind just went blank. Wavy. Big Wavy.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. That could be fun. We could be part of a fraction. Maybe.
Get my other favourite guy in there.
So, what are you going to call your wrestling brand?
Oh, yeah, shit.
Okay.
Oh, no, sorry, that's... You can hear the fucking... What they called the...
Cogs turning.
No, the fucking...
Birds tweeting.
No. Now I'm getting sidetracked with... You know in the films where the little fucking piece of thing grows across the screen?
Oh, tumbleweed.
Tumbleweeds fucking blowing through my ear.
Yeah. If we had subtitles, it would have just been like dots.
Dot, yeah. Fucking hell. Did you ever come up with yours to give to Ricky?
What did I say to him?
Did he have?
I just thought of one off the top just because I didn't know how to answer it. So I said... I just came up with a random name called Run the Ropes Wrestling.
Would that work? Because he wanted a free...
Yeah, I know, that's why he moaned. He was like, no. And I was like, I don't know. I haven't thought of anything. Let's go with Aftermath Wrestling Promotion.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, it's A.W.P. still.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you think they went with AEW?
Well, Elite, wasn't it? Because they were the Elite.
Okay.
TNA was obviously because it used to be a total non-stop action.
I found out today. We've got a teacher who's training at our school. He's apparently an ex-wrestler.
Another one.
Yeah. So we're getting like a really small wrestling group going on.
I've got a guy at my place.
He's probably a similar age to you.
I've got a guy at my place as well who's about 30. He wrestled for EWE for a little bit, I think.
There you go.
Possibly.
And
I know he definitely said progress.
I spoke to my best mate and his girlfriend about, obviously, her uncle.
I was your best mate.
Huh?
I was your best mate.
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm talking about now.
Oh, is this the one about Big
Daddy? Yeah. Obviously, him being dead and all that makes it very difficult. But she's not really involved in the industry in any way. But she seemed to be interested, like she wanted to be.
He's dead?
Yeah.
Who are we talking about?
What's his name?
I thought he was still alive.
Giant Haystacks.
I thought you said he was still alive and he was
no.
But he's old as fuck.
No.
Oh. He's not just died, has he?
Giant Haystacks. Big Daddy.
I'm sure you said it was him. And he was old. He was like 70 odd.
That guy.
No, I remember the guy.
He died in 98.
Oh, well, fuck me.
Right.
Who were you trying to get on then? I thought he was coming on.
I was trying to get someone from like his family because their family have been involved with wrestling for a long time.
Got you.
She said her dad, I think, was a referee. So.
Didn't your Ricky say he was going to get what's his brother?
Yeah, but the fact that Ricky won't even come on the show makes me doubt how much he'll do. Who knows?
That time he's been giving me false promises.
Mate, the fact that John never came on was disappointing.
Have you even heard of him?
Nah, mate.
Even less chance now fucking thingy's been cancelled.
Yeah, mate. 100% Future Pro. I'll message him. Maybe he's doing some stuff. He'll be doing other stuff with other brands.
Oh, I'm sure he will.
But I'll find out. He might be
All
doing
I'm saying is he always did the Crawley one, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it's good for you to catch him and go, right, come on, mate, let's have it.
True. Randomly, if you were wondering why we had no music at the beginning of the show, it's because of copyright. So we will be coming up with a new theme soon.
1990s Rey Mysterio music.
Mm.
I wonder if NWOs will be, won't it?
Yeah, most of them are copyrighted. Anything from, I reckon, might get away with something from the 60s. Bit of drum and bass, that's normally not copyrighted. I don't know. I'll see what royalty-free music is out there.
I'm going to Google that shit.
Yeah, just type in royalty-free. Maybe like go down the rock route or something. I don't know. Something quite
heavy,
meaty. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's why I like that one actually. To be fair. I'm a bit gutted about that.
Yeah.
If for that, I'm going to email Ozzy Osbourne and ask him if we can use Crazy Train.
Mate, fucking. I don't understand
That'd
how.
be a perfect song for ours.
I don't get how all these people that do all these videos don't just get away with this shit.
Genuinely.
Like how? I don't know.
Let's put it into perspective.
Yep.
They're getting thousands of views.
Yep. And pounds.
Yeah. Fucking 2 views every 6 months we're getting or some shit like that.
And we're getting told
off. And we're getting
off.
Fucking emails.
Don't post that. It's illegal. Okay, well, no one's listening to it, mate. Go and check out the other shows. They're listening to that shit. Like.
Even Facebook was trying to. Some cunt was trying to. Message us pretending to be Meta.
I love fraud. Like, they try anything, don't they? Yeah. Why do you want an account with no viewers, you fucking weirdos? You know what I mean? Just hack the account, please.
What's the worst that's going to happen is we'll just set another one up.
Innit? We might get viewers.
Yeah. Fresh will be new, we'll be on the top.
Yeah, that's it. It is very random. Right. Any other wrestling to-dos?
No, but why wrestling so shit? And it's very limited for us to talk about.
Yeah.
I think we need to bring back watching an older one.
Cool. I'm cool with that. Have you got one in mind?
No. I was...
Let's see what's on Flicks. Let's have a butchers. Am I picking this week and you pick next week?
Yeah. Oh, you could pick the show and I'll pick the year, and then next year I'll pick a show and you pick the year.
I might pick the original Female Evolve. Just to see how good or how shit it was. I don't know. Let me have a look.
Well, you didn't give me any years then, did you, if you fucking did
It's only one, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying. That's a shitty way of making sure I don't pick an old one, isn't it? Fucking hell.
Sorry.
There's only one.
Premium live event. So you got Backlash. SummerSlam. Survivor Series. No. Money in the Bank, maybe? Let me have a look. Money in the Bank could be a good one.
What year are you thinking?
See, WWE Unreal.
Unreal?
Yeah, remind me. Set. Do you want to see the advert for it?
Oh, is this that one backstage?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, go on. Can you do this without getting us cut off?
Hopefully.
It's time. We're going to lift the curtain. Where's the story of
Why is it not fucking turning?
I'll put a rocket on you. Is everybody okay?
Everybody's good. Keep going.
Well, maybe this is also amazing. Yeah.
We will see.
When does that come out?
Just says coming soon in the summer. Usual. Judgment Day. We've done Judgment Day, haven't we?
Yeah. No, did we?
King of the Ring, No Mercy, Armageddon, No Way Out, fully loaded.
I think we did do a Judgment Day because I was trying to find, the Undertaker versus Triple H
In Your House.
That's going back a while, isn't it?
Over the Edge, Jesus. Rebellion. Mate, there's loads. I don't know what to pick. Nostalgic 90s. Sports stories. Yeah. I'm going to go with... Let me just see how far Money in the Bank goes. If it fucking loads. Internet out here is cack. We'll probably cut off 8 times. That's probably why. Right, episodes, here we go. Fuck all.
What was that?
That was 2024.
What, was that the only one who was on there?
Yeah. Money in the Bank Live. Let's go to... There we go. All the way to 2010. John Cena challenges Sheamus. I bet that's the one where he accidentally falls through the table. Money in the Bank 2010.
Right. That is the one that fingered.
Yeah.
Is that also the one where Swagger won the fucking
I don't know.
briefcase?
No idea.
We'll find out later.
The best thing I found out as well is because I was away last weekend.
I know, so I'm doing
You can obviously download wrestling now to watch when you've got no internet.
Yeah.
So it was great. So I was watching the whole of Raw on the flight. Well happy. So
how was the Bernabeu?
yeah, it was good, man. It was good. We had a good time.
Kids enjoy it.
Yeah. Didn't get to go down to the grass because they'd already hidden it under the floor. It was a bit weird. But yeah, it was good little stadium. Look, they've got so much history as a club. So much history. Like, I've got like Champions Leagues and fucking, they've got all the Ballon d'Ors in their closets and whatnot, and it's a bit nuts.
For Di Stefano and all that.
Yeah.
And you had a proper Spanish guide as well, didn't you?
Yeah,
Your mate,
my friend
Santi?
Santiago, bless him. But yeah, mate, there's so much history there, it's unreal.
I suppose it was nice for Harry to go to a club and actually see trophies.
The Champions League. That's the only way an Arsenal fan are going to fucking see it, I tell you. That's just one of their trophy cabinets.
And now it's fucking mental.
It's mad, mate.
It's almost like United's.
Because the night before we went and saw Usher, we got home from
random as fuck.
We got home from Usher at 1:30. We were
That's random as
we were
fuck,
at the airport for 4 a.m. It was a fucking killer. But Usher was cool. Yeah.
That's random as fuck.
Mate, it's good. It was,
Usher.
I think it was one of my Christmas presents, bless her, yeah.
What, Usher?
Usher, yeah.
Are you an Usher fan, are you?
I love a bit of Usher, mate.
Yeah.
He's great.
Fair play.
Yeah. All the Ballon d'Ors.
Well, Ronaldo's there, yeah?
Yeah, Ronaldo's was there, yeah.
I thought he got to take him home.
And the Golden Gloves.
Casillas.
Mm-hmm. Got Swa. Fucking random photos. But yeah, it was good. Look, you can see like the grass. They take it and tuck it under. It's mad what they can do with it.
Lots of people fucking...
Where's the for them to be able to do concerts and shit? You can literally just, it's like a panel, you just take it, slide it under bit by bit. So they can keep watering it and shit under there, and it's crazy technology, mate. But yeah, it was good fun. It would be the perfect arena for a WrestleMania. And I know they are looking for places in Europe. I reckon the Bernabeu could be the one.
No, Wembley.
Bernabeu. Wembley's shit. Don't even have a roof, mate.
It does have a roof.
Has a roof, partly. Right, it doesn't have a roof there we can go bzz, bzz, bzz. Bernabeu does. Even they have one in Cardiff. Wales has a better stadium.
Yeah, but then we could have gone to it and it only took us 20 minutes if we're talking about WrestleMania.
I agree. That's why I had to do Clash at the Castle when it was in Wales, because I was like, it's indoor, huge, it's like a stadium as big as a WrestleMania. Admittedly, they had like half of it cut off, but it worked. I'd imagine that was similar to what AEW was when it was at Wembley. But we as a country, the amount it rains, I am surprised we do not have more roofed stadiums.
You'd have thought so, wouldn't you?
Yeah, well, Man United are heading the Butlins route.
The what?
Butlins route, aren't they? Getting like a tent over the top.
Until we can sort the new
It's going to be 100,000 seater. They're not going to get a whole new stadium, surely.
Have you not seen the fucking pictures of
I
it?
thought it was just being adapted.
No, but he's fucking...
Are they getting a new Trafford?
Apparently.
Fucking hell.
He's condemned, mate. You see the state of it? There's no way...
I've seen it flooding, but...
No, but the fucking away... Have you ever been? You haven't seen it? Fucking hell. You go there, honestly, the away fucking changing rooms or something like out of the 1950s.
Mate, so it's bad. Well, to be fair, as a club... Mate, the funny thing, and then we're going to football again, but fuck it. And this is what winds me up as an Arsenal fan, and winds me up about fans in general. If you don't beat Tottenham are going to be going, we've had a better season than Arsenal. We're in Champions League. They're fucking 17th. They don't deserve to be in Champions League.
We're fucking 14th. We don't.
You deserve it more than fucking Tottenham. But it's mad that you can finish 14th and be in the Champions League.
They went through it. I watched Match of the Day for the first time in fucking ages on
season,
the weekend.
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
And they were talking through Europe. And they were like, right, we got top four going to Europe. But then this one qualifies through this. And this one could qualify through this. So this one could be that. And it worked out that all the way up to 11th place can still qualify for Europe. It's like, what the fuck?
It's mad. That's what I mean. We've got
technically 14th and 17th as well.
We've got 6 teams next year in the Champions League. Because it's qualifying from 1 to 5, and then whoever wins your game. I'm hoping you win. I don't want Tottenham winning, man.
I don't want Tottenham winning.
I can't be bothered with their shit. I can put a Man United winning. Like, the thing is, as a Man United fan, and you're honest with football, have United therefore had a better season than Arsenal?
Yeah.
Because they've won the trophy.
Technically.
It's
European, innit?
This is the thing, right? You technically won a European trophy, but does that mean you've had a better season?
Well, we'll have more at the end to show for it.
Yeah.
So technically, yes.
Yeah, I like the way you're saying technically, because...
Yeah, obviously we're still 14th and we're shit, but...
If you go by the Premier League, we've had a better season, but we ain't won shit for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you don't get anything for finishing second, mate, or third.
Well, apparently in most primary schools you do. The second and third place, 4th place and 8th place medals and all that shit. But yeah, look, I agree. Sport, it's competitive. If you can't compete, like, if you can't win trophies, you are judged by that. And I believe that. And I think, as an Arsenal fan, it is the most stressful thing.
I would also like to point out that if we do win it, that'll be twice in, 4 years that we won the Europa League.
Europa League isn't a bad trophy to win.
It's not a bad trophy to win, really, when you think about it.
Adds to the heritage, mate. The fact that you're finishing 15th in the league and you're winning the European competition. But what if Tottenham win? Where does that leave Postecoglou?
I don't know, because he's still had a bad season, hasn't he?
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas Amorim just shows that, once he gets his style of play going.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I will say, and I know this is meant to be a wrestling podcast, but if you watch Casemiro in Europe,
yeah,
I don't give a fuck if he's 34 now.
Yeah.
He's our best player. The way he fucking plays in Europe is unbelievable. The way he reads the game. Now he's got someone
Why do you think you've been performing well?
We should start a fucking football podcast.
We should just start a general podcast about whatever the fuck we want.
That might work better.
When people aren't watching full of wrestling, we are going to drift off into our own little worlds.
Yeah, because why not? This is what... If you ever go back and listen to our first couple of podcasts, last half an hour, we'd always try and end it like we were trying to a minute ago, and then we get sidetracked. And then there's 20, 30 minutes of us just talking about shit.
But how, in terms of Man United's heritage of football and Postecoglou with Tottenham, if he doesn't win that trophy, surely he has to go. He finished 17th in the league and doesn't win a European trophy. He's got to leave, surely.
I think he's lost the
He lost fans.
yeah. With not with the results, because football is is an up and down. It's just bullshit that comes out of his mouth. The absolute toff that comes out of that man's mouth.
I love it. I love Australian toff. It's fucking great.
It is, but
Chat's so much shit.
It is, but as if there was a Spurs fan I'm listening to, I'm thinking, fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
We're shit. You picked the wrong.
Yeah, if that's your manager.
You played the wrong. You played the wrong team.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Whereas me, I'm watching United. I fucking don't know what he says, but I don't even pay any attention to it.
Do you know what I found out?
What?
So I'm DJing this Saturday at a private gig.
Yeah.
This private gig is a football club that's local. Mm-hmm. And I found out a Premiership footballer's brother plays there. Fernando, what's his name? Bruno Fernandes, his brother plays there. Yeah.
You might see Bruno.
I doubt he'll be going to the end of season do there.
Maybe. I've seen that with Harry Maguire.
But apparently he puts a lot of money into the club.
Maybe.
Fair enough.
I watched a video with, I don't know where the fuck it was. It was on YouTube, something that Bentley was watching.
Yeah.
And it was just like Bruno Fernandes, like, he's at some football club. And he rockets this fucking shot into the top corner. And then stood next to him is fucking Declan Rice. I'm like, what the fuck are you two doing together? Can't do that.
Yeah, random.
It's like, that's literally like fucking Tony Khan and Triple H sitting there talking to each other.
I think they should.
Maybe.
That could be an interesting podcast.
That would.
Every fan would listen to that.
Yeah. And then throw in, who the fuck owns TNA now? Same person, isn't it? Would you put Santino in the middle of them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think Tony Khan as a person is a bit of a knob.
I don't know if it's as a person or just... Well, he obviously is, but...
He always looks like he's high on cocaine. Or depressed.
Well, listen, what you've got to remember is he's put millions and millions of pounds of his dad's money into this wrestling thing because he made friends with the Young Bucks, and Cody Rhodes and Kenny Omega. And now 2 of them are fucked off. 3 of them are absolute arseholes.
That proves on a drunken night out you should not do stupid shit. Because that is the equivalent of me and you going to EWE, getting drunk with the talent or the people that own it, or getting drunk with Steve and buying Future Pro. That would be fucking stupid. No matter what level it's at. Yeah. Like, no.
I think you get 2 rings though if you buy a Future Pro. Or does he rent the ring? I don't know.
I don't know. But I just wouldn't do that because I'd be like, no. Like, fair enough if you're a multi-millionaire, you're a bit more of a dick with that money, but...
Oh, yeah.
If it's your dad's, but still fucking stupid.
Put a fucking football team 6 months later as well, dickhead.
Well, who's he got? Fulham? They got Fulham,
didn't they? Fulham already, didn't they?
Did they? Have they got rid of Fulham now?
I think they sold it.
I never knew that until last week.
I might be wrong, though. But he bought an American fucking football team as well.
Oh, he had Jaguars, didn't he?
And he just fucking left.
I think they got the St. Louis Rams as well, and they just spent millions on them.
I don't know, but all I know is that when he bought them, he fucked off for 6 months away from AEW and just left it to its own device. It's like, are you taking the piss?
And then wonders why it goes to shit.
Yeah. You let the Young Bucks run it. What the fuck they know about business?
Exactly.
Good wrestlers.
Yeah.
Don't think they know much about business. I might be wrong.
Mate.
One of them might be have a degree in it.
Mate. Well, why I'm looking at it as well is at work where we've got a couple of wrestling people there. We should start maybe a little wrestling club.
A wrestling club in what sense?
In like coaching the kids there. They could be my first thing for Run the Ropes Wrestling, or whatever the fuck I want to call it. Who knows? Right, JD.
Black Mountain Wrestling. I'm going with that.
Black Mountain Wrestling. Why?
Don't know.
You have a lot of black people?
No.
Well, that's a shit name then.
I saw the colour black and I had mountain in my head. I was gonna go Dark Soul Wrestling, but that sounded a bit too fucking dark.
That's what your brand? How would it look like? What would your wrestling company look like? Mine would go slightly old school with the flamboyant characters, a bit like Kapow have, in that sense, and I would definitely have a lot of factions, whatever you want to call them.
I would probably go somewhere a bit like Future Pro, I suppose.
Yeah.
In the sense of as serious as you can be, while still getting the crowd involved.
Okay.
Very faction based.
Yeah.
Tag team heavy as well, because I like tag team.
Yeah, maybe just having a tag team brand could be interesting.
And I'd want something like what TNA had when they first started. I don't know what it would be, but you know, like they had the big X division.
Yeah.
And
something that makes you unique.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
The poster boy would be Roth.
Okay.
Right in the middle.
He'd be a star.
He'd be the one to
Carry
take to
brand.
If you're gonna put your money on someone, he's good. I keep mentioning Basham's good. I've watched a couple of his matches since.
Yeah.
Roth got me onto it.
Roth and Basham could be. I think that's a match we've got to try and get to see at some point. I think that's not over.
No, I don't think it is neither.
Yeah.
And especially if he's going Roth mode, then I don't think we've seen his dark side yet, have we?
No. I think it's going to be good when we do. I'm hoping maybe whatever is happening at the end of the month, that could be a good one to be at, and I'm hoping he'll be there. I just don't know, because I know, as I say, they're based up in Balham. They use a place, I think they use a pub called the Bedford Arms.
Yeah, so with the double tiered one, isn't it? Where they go upstairs and downstairs.
Yeah. Not too sure, but the more we'll find out, the better, and it will be interesting. It's hopefully a new step in our journey. Who knows? If you do enjoy the podcast and you would like to share your feedback, even if you don't and you want to share your feedback, feel free. You guys do not communicate enough with us, and we really, really are desperate for your engagement, because, as you see, this is a shorter show today, and me and JD can only talk so much to each other.
Yes.
Which we enjoy, but...
Especially when it's been as... To say this is 2 weeks worth of stuff we've been trying to get.
It's mad, isn't it?
Fair enough, our memories are a bit shit and we've probably missed a lot.
We have.
But it's a bit dire at the minute.
Yeah.
And, you know, any kind of interaction.
Yeah.
Even post-show that we can comment on next week, you know, is...
Yep.
Where can they get us, Dean? You tell them.
You can get us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitch. All you got to do is type in Aftermath Wrestling Podcast.
Although our Twitch will show fuck all because we haven't realised how to save
I don't know how to save videos. I don't know how, or I can't even upload them. I don't know how it works or why. Mate, I'm just not Twitch orientated. I'm trying to figure it out. Haven't been able to figure it out. The website sucks. If you know anyone who's good with Twitch, please send them us our way, because it's just bollocks.
I told you, I did ask the guy at work.
Yeah.
But,
I might ask my guy who does streaming, to be fair.
Because he's just started doing gaming.
Yeah. I've got a guy who does gaming for a company, so I'll ask him.
I think I downloaded Twitch.
One of my DJ friends. Ollie Leslie, check him out on Twitch. Quite good.
I don't know what, I think it's Ryan Knowles. Check him out as well.
Yar.
Oh, fucking hell. How weird's that? I clicked on Twitch and I was watching us.
Awesome.
Is this us tonight?
Looks like it. Yep. JD.
God, that's weird. Oh, no. Now I'm watching my phone.
It's more fun than being here.
I'm watching myself. I can see myself on TV.
Right. Well, on that note, will log off nice and early tonight, and we will be back next Tuesday as planned.
And we will have Money in the Bank.
Yeah, Money in the Bank from 2010. If you want to join in the chat, watch it before next week, and we will catch up with you then. Hopefully we will speak some NXT. If not, that'll be the week after with Harry. We will see where we go from there. And my keyboard is not fucking working. That's great. There we go. Hopefully it'll work. Give it a minute. Whoop, there we go.
And see you later. didn't press stop. Fucking
Right.
third time.
Yep.
Ready?
Adios.